When I was younger, I used to watch some DC shows like Batman, The Brave and the Bold, Young Justice, and even Green Lantern, the animated series. And although I enjoyed the vibes from watching those on the weekends, those weren't shows that I would go back to and say, yes, this is one of my top 10, top 20, maybe even top 30 favorite shows ever. The only DC related thing that I've managed to like that isn't a TV show or movie is the Arkham series. So when I heard about a Harley Quinn show a few months ago, I was interested, mainly because of Arkham and how she's such a prominent character, but she was always with the Clown Prince of Chaos, the Joker, and I wanted to see what she was like without being joined at the hip with the guy. And with a title like Harley Quinn, I assume that'll be the case. Let's dive in and see what this show is all about.
I got game, going insane, MVP, Hall of Fame, I smash trades, call me Dame, gonna get back, make it rain.
As established before, Harley Quinn is going to be a series focused on her, Harley Quinn. It's sort of a different look because usually stories are seen through the eyes of a protagonist or a heroic figure, but not for Harley Quinn, which is an aspect of this show that I admire. Whether something ends up being a success or a complete failure, I always enjoy and appreciate efforts to be different and stand out from the crowd. And Harley Quinn accomplishes that in some way because it'll be remembered as not just another superhero story, but one about a villain or an anti-hero, which is what Harley is in this series.
I don't think I understand.
The first season sees Harley after her breakup with the Joker, just trying to make it as a villain without the Joker.
What? You gonna kill me now?
No, I want you alive so I can see the look on your face when I'm running this town.
But she's not alone. She has a team behind her. Clayface, King Shark, Dr. Psycho, Cyborgman, and most importantly, Ivy, her best friend, her partner in crime. This is a really colorful cast of characters. If I had to pick a non-Harley favorite out of this crew, it's definitely Psycho, but I like what each and every one of them bring to the table. Switching gears to the plot, there's a budding romance between Ivy and Kite Man, which is definitely something to keep an eye on for the next season. But other than that, the main goal or plotline for season 1 is Harley and her crew trying to cause mayhem to bolster their villain resumes, if you will, so they can get accepted into the Legion of Doom, a prestigious collection of Gotham's most evil villains. That's really going to be the catalyst behind a good amount of their adventures in this season, which is something that I appreciate about this show. My prediction was that this show was going to be an episodic comedy, but no, they were able to combine a season-long storyline with a lot of jokes and satire, which is something that I can't say for some other cartoons and shows that I've watched. Usually they start off random and episodic, but then later on, episodes and seasons start to become more story driven. But right off the bat in Harley Quinn, there's an overarching plot that gets me invested in every episode, knowing that there's plot significance. What I'm watching will be important later. And that's what I liked about season 1. It was good on its own as its own season, and I like that it set the tone, set the table for future seasons. Speaking of future seasons,
Joker Tower came crashing to the ground, triggering an 8.6 earthquake that leveled the city. Sadly, Gotham is beyond saving. So it is with a heavy heart that I hereby declare that Gotham City is no longer part of the United States.
After the events of season 1's finale, Penguin, Two-Face, the Riddler, Bane, and Mr. Freeze are actually going to band together to take over and rule New Gotham, and it's up to Harley Quinn and friends to stop them. That's what season 2 is going to start with, this 4-episode arc of that transpiring. If this season just had that one arc, that one storyline to offer, then I wouldn't be disappointed, I would be satisfied. But that's not the case for this season. In more of the latter half of the season, there's going to be a budding romance between Harley and Ivy, but not without conflict. It's actually going to be a love triangle with Ivy in the middle because she's dating Kite Man, but she also has feelings for Harley. So once the Injustice League arc quiets down, the focus is going to shift to Harley wanting to be with Ivy and the steps that she takes to accomplish those goals by the end of the season. Although I enjoyed the Injustice League arc more, this definitely didn't feel like a consolation prize or a lesser arc. It actually balanced out the season nicely by giving a nice love story in contrast to the action and adventure of the Injustice League arc. Even something like the Bruce Wayne Batman episode didn't necessarily make or break the season for me, but it was nice to take a step back, push Harley and the gang aside, and explore the Bat more, see how he's living. And finally, the third and most recent season is the Harlivy season. There's going to be a lot of Harlivy in this, especially in the first few episodes where it felt like they were inseparable, like they were one character. It felt like at that point, Harlivy accomplished their goal, which is going to set the stage for episodes in this season. There's going to be these side stories and side plots about multiple characters. Nora Freeze, King Shark, even the Joker gets a full episode. I don't really look at this as a Harley Quinn season that was focused on her getting to learn about her like in previous seasons. I look at this as a season about involvement where Harlivy took a step back in favor of fleshing out some of the other characters, which is something that I'll talk about in the season rankings, which just so happen to be next. These season rankings will be from least favorite to favorite. Kicking things off, we got season 3. I enjoyed this season, but it felt like every other season had a clearly defined plot or goal that was being built up to. Whereas in this season, I felt like since Harley and Ivy got together, the story plateaued, like they finally got together, but now what? Also, this season focused on side characters or non-Harley and Ivy characters more than other seasons, which made this season feel like a hodgepodge of random events. I enjoyed this season, but just not as much as the others. In second place, I have season 1. I really like Harley's arc in this season. Breaking up with the Joker, trying to show that she can make it without him, and how that plotline was a major focus in this season. It even ended up coming full circle as she was able to beat the Joker in the end. Other than that, it was just a nice, fresh, introductory season that really set the tone for the series going forward. And what can I say? My favorite season is definitely the second season. It had action with the Injustice League arc. It had drama and romance with Harley's desire to be with Ivy. They even took a break from the same old and gave a Batman episode. This season had a good mix of everything.
Shit! Fine! The point is, I'm gonna do what you never could because you are a pussy!
Pussies are powerful. They birthed all of humanity.
That was a C-section.
After seeing Harley for a while in projects like the Batman Arkham series and Birds of Prey, I always liked Harley, but this series right here is going to make her my favorite DC character. Even for characters like Poison Ivy and Mr. Freeze, I like this show's take on them and really all of the characters. I'm just so used to seeing these characters as these serious people, but in this show, they're allowed to laugh a little, and the comedy is going to be a big reason why I like Harley Quinn as opposed to something like Titans. This show just has a solid mix of comedy, drama, romance, and action that'll keep me coming back to the show, especially for the recently announced season 4. Can't wait.